The music that you're listening to was composed by A.R. Rahman for a non-profit called The Banyan, working towards mentally ill and destitute women in Tamil Nadu. Visit their website, thebanyan.org.
Friends, today's NRI Samay program from Los Angeles brought to you commercial free by listeners like you. Your generous donations make possible for us to stay commercial free, and today's show is pre-recorded. If you have a question for the guest, please send an email to nrisamay@gmail.com. We will follow up with the guest and find the answer for you. Thank you for your support.
Hello everyone, this is Indu Kalsi and welcome to NRI Samay. Did you ever think about writing a book at a young age of 11 years? Forget about writing a book. Did you ever read a full book? At least I did not read one end to end. Reading a book needs a lot of interest, concentration and a sense of adoration towards the book. When it takes so much to read a book, how about writing it, and that too at a very young age? Did you guys see anyone around you who wrote a book? Seems remote, right? Well, joining me now from San Diego, United States is Pranav Puttaparthi, who wrote a science fiction book, Escape the Dimension. In a bit, we will be joined by his dad too. Pranav, first of all, congratulations and welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. So, Pranav, let's get started with the questions. So, when did you first realize you want to write a story?
Well, see, back in first grade, I used to write a lot of, let's say, journal stories. I used to, write in this journal about this little cartoony character called Quest Kid. And a lot of people were, really, engrossed in it. They were reading it from end to end. And other people who were just not liking it, they didn't want to touch it. It wasn't until third grade that I got the idea to write a real book, and I called it Conscience. I thought up some of the ideas, and so I got started writing it. However, I didn't know how hard it was to write a book. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know how it went, and
Okay.
I eventually abandoned it because I didn't know how to do it. So after a year, I was riding my bike across an elementary school, and I suddenly thought the idea for a detective story that I could write.
Okay.
However, I changed it into a sci-fi story because I couldn't really do detective stories. So I started writing it, and it eventually turned into Escape the Dimension.
Wow, that's wonderful. Okay, so did you ever feel that whatever you write would actually make a meaningful story? So when you were switching from your detective stories to a sci-fi book, did you feel that you were going to make a meaningful story out of it?
Yes, I felt like it would make a much more better story, a meaningful story, if I changed it into a detective story into a sci-fi. Well, here's the thing. I didn't always think of that because my writing style is different than other authors. I'm not like J.K. Rowling or Rick Riordan. I don't have that sort of feeling that you get when you read one of their books. I use a different sort of kid-friendly style, and that's how I write my books. So I'm not sure if it would make a meaningful story to other people out in the world. It wasn't until I released the book and everyone started reading it that everyone actually liked it, and they felt that it was inspiring, and yeah.
It is indeed inspiring, Pranav. So generally, book writers spend long hours, I heard mostly in the closed doors, but you're a school-going kid, so how did you make it through?
There's one word that explains the whole answer. Summer. Yeah, during the school days, I would write after I finished all my homework, but it wasn't enough. But the summer, I had a lot of time, and I couldn't really just spend it with my eyes rolled back in my head, just sleeping on the couch. No, I had to get up and do something, if you call writing words on WordPad doing something. So I kept on writing during the summer, and I got a lot done. However, I had to give up 2 summers to finish the book. So it was definitely worth it, though.
Absolutely, we can definitely say with the kind of responses we are getting for your book. So I'm sure. So Pranav, writing a book at the age of 11, what does it take to write a book? At least, what did it take for you to write a book?
Well, there are mostly 3 things that it took for me to write a book. The first one, focus. During my times when I started writing a book, my mind would always scream in the back of my head, "Come on, just watch one more YouTube video, it's fun." But no, it doesn't work that way. I have to write the book. And basically, most of the time I hear a garbage truck going across the street, I hear a dog barking across, and I couldn't really focus. So I stopped writing the book until, it was ending and I could focus again. And if I didn't have any focus, trust me, it wouldn't be a good book. The second one is passion. If I didn't put my heart into this book, if I didn't put my soul into this book, if I didn't put my conscience into this book, it wouldn't be as exciting as, imaginary, as silly, as kid-friendly as it is right now. So, and the third is perseverance. Well, it took me a lot of perseverance to write this book. Sometimes I felt I didn't really like the story. I didn't really want to put this idea in there, and I didn't feel that it was working, and I was really stuck, and I wanted to abandon the book. But I already did that with Conscience, and I didn't want that same thing to happen with this one. So I had to persevere on, and finally I finished.
Well, I think each one of us should actually follow all the 3 things that you just mentioned. So Pranav, to write a book in a systematic is a systematic way, in fact, of putting thoughts in continuity. So when did you actually realize that you are putting things together as a book?
Mostly, I realize this when I'm actually, putting the things together as a book. Mostly, I have these specific ideas at certain points, and sometimes it's really annoying to connect them together, so I usually think of it as I go along. And once my thoughts went through, then I would look back and see if it felt good. And once I felt okay, once I felt that the story worked nice, the connectivity was working great, then I would continue on with the next phase. So.
Okay. So also on the same lines, Pranav, we have Manjari Dutt Rana from Los Angeles who had a question for you. So the question is, sometimes we all get so engrossed in our creative efforts that our regular work suffers. Did it happen to you, or did self-discipline work, or like you mentioned, the three things work for you?
Well, I could specifically say that regular work didn't actually too much get in the way, because as much as the book is important, as much as it's, I need to finish it, and it's inspiring, and I have to finish it, homework comes first. So that's basically what I do. I finish my homework first, and then once I feel that it looks good, then I continue working on the book. I didn't feel that I wanted them to get, collided with each other. Mostly, I felt that I had to finish my homework first, and then, yeah. But sometimes it was really annoying because while I'm writing my book, I might accidentally put a sentence in my book report in there. But yeah.
Oh, okay. So we can summarize it saying you basically learned how to prioritize your work.
Yeah. Organize it
great.
so I don't really.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so let's get to the book in itself. So we saw the book dedications and see along with your parents, family, teacher, a dear friend who helped you get this far. So what was the role of your parents and your friend?
Well, the role of my parents, it was mostly my dad. As much as I can write a book, I can't publish a book. My dad did. As much as I can write a book, I can't edit a book. My dad can't either, but he found someone. As much as I can write a book, I can't illustrate. My dad couldn't either. He found someone. My illustrator is named David, and he made an amazingly beautiful cover art of this nice galaxy that looked a lot like Saturn. And when I saw it that one day when I got my proof copy, I was so amazed. So give a hand. Okay, sorry. That had to be put in. And my friend, okay, this was just a misunderstanding. It wasn't a specific friend, but it was like all of my friends. But basically, all of my friends, they helped me. They knew I was writing a book. They didn't know anything, but they encouraged me when I felt that I couldn't finish it. They, helped me feel better when I was down, and I don't think I could finish it without them, so, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. That sounds very, very, very nice. Thank you for sharing that. So let me explain the basic plot of the story for the benefit of listeners. So I will just read the summary of your book, Pranav. Okay. So please bear with me. So Randy is just an ordinary kid being raised by his single mom, his father having died long ago. At least that's what Randy's mom always told him, and he has no reason to disbelieve her. When Randy is accepted into a prestigious school for the gifted, he finds evidence his dad may not be dead. He doesn't have much time to investigate though, because he's too busy trying to survive his weird new school. How weird. Usually schools have names. This one doesn't. It does, however, have a security system made up of holographic children, deadly spike walls, and a principal who condemns students to a grim alternate reality called the Dimension. Randy, his new friend Jason, and school bully Brian must band together if they are to overcome the principal, his travel school, and the horrors of the Dimension. Randy might learn more about his long-lost father, but first he is going to have to escape the Dimension. Brilliant effort, Pranav. Is the story of a reflection of what you saw and experienced in school, or the inspiration came from somewhere else?
Well, let's be honest. I don't think I've ever seen a school about holographic children patrolling the halls, but that will come later in the years. There was maybe a few inspirations, like, if any of you guys have heard the Stephen Hawking's M theory, I mostly got a little bit of that in there. And,
Okay.
As you might see in the sequel, that also came from Stephen Hawking's A Brief History in Time. Conscience, I felt... Oh, well, this is only one story. Okay, sorry.
Okay, no problem. So also the book is more of science fiction. Any influences from other science fictions that you have read or experienced?
Let's see. Maybe the 39 Clues. The 39 Clues was a good book series, and it had a very nice plot element, and it had a nice sci-fi fiction thing about going to find different clues to find ultimate power, and I guess you can say I got it from there. Inspiration.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, great. So Pranav, now this question might be a tricky one for you. Okay. So in this book, the principal who condemns students to a grim alternate reality called the Dimension. So did your principal actually read the book?
Yes, he read the book. Thankfully, he wasn't insulted. I'm actually thankful of that, because I didn't. When my principal asked for the book, I got a little scared because I didn't want him to hate me. But he was nice about it. He understood that it was just a fiction story, and yeah. Thankfully.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so what's next, Pranav? Do you have more books coming through?
Oh, yes. As I was mentioning a bit more, I had a prequel called The Conscience. And The Conscience was basically a story about, well, it was about Randy's father, he falls into a different world and meets this sort of ghost called the Conscience, who can possess people and do good things. But Mr. William appears in this again. In this time, he's trying to turn good consciences into bad consciences, and the bad consciences take control of the humans and sort of make them think horrible thoughts and, do bad stuff. In Escape the Dimension Time Paradox, something horrible happens with all the 11 dimensions around the universe, and they all start collapsing. So, stay tuned for that. And also Randy's father and Randy meet. The final one, I'm sorry, I can't spoil anything about it yet, but in case the series gets really popular, I have a new series planned, so, yeah, I'd look forward to that.
Wow, so that's interesting, and we are also looking forward to that. So Pranav, what did people say about your book, who read the book, and were there also any critics?
Yes, a lot of people read the book, said it was amazing, it was fantastic, they loved it, it inspiring, it was surprising how many good comments I got. And, however, I did get one negative comment, and this is so embarrassing. The person who gave this negative comment is standing right next to me, and he's a relative of mine. He's my dad. Why? Here are two problems. The first one, he said lack of a female character. Second, he said I didn't really explain much of the things, but I feel I did the best I can, so I can't complain about that.
Oh, okay. All right. So your dad was your critic. Okay. So there are many young ones out there, Pranav, who want to do something. So, do you have a message for them?
Yes. Those three things, again. Focus, passion, and perseverance. But I'll add a fourth. Asking your parents' permission. If you want to do something and your parents find out, I trust that's not you. I trust that, you're going to get grounded or something. So I recommend you ask your parents. But if your parents say no, and if you want to do something inspirational, keep on doing it, and they'll eventually catch on to your talent, and they'll understand. So basically, those three things, keep your mind set, and eventually you will do wonders in the world, like many other people did.
Very well said, Pranav, very well said. So I have a few questions for your dad, Mr. Murli.
Hello, Indu. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So Murli, so we have some questions for you as well.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So, okay, the most important thing actually is to track and identify the talent of a kid. So when did you first realize Pranav was to do something substantial?
Just to be frank with you, I never realized it. So when he was a kid, he used to write a lot of things even on the walls and even on the spiral notebooks. When I asked him what these things you are scribbling, and he will explain it into me a story, I just used to listen and just laugh and then just close about it. And he used to do the same thing even in his school and after school also. And of course, nobody complained it. But he used to write a lot of things in the house, on the walls and everything. And one day he said, "You want to write a book?" And I said, "What should I do?" So the first thing is, "Dad, I want to write a book. So how to publish it?" I said, "First you write the book, then I will publish it." He said, "Will you? Really?" I said, "Yes." And then I just opened up a WordPad for him on the computer and I gave it. And he started writing. So I didn't realize it unless he finishes it that he is doing something really good. But I just keep asking him to write, So he did it.
Wow, that sounds so wonderful actually. So only when kids get intense into something other than academics, parents would usually get concerned. So would you like to take us through your struggle on this?
Yeah, so basically, so when he started saying I'm going to be an author and writer, which is a good thing, but it all depends on whether you're going to be successful or not. So, if you're a successful writer, you'll be really good, you'll be really shine. But if you're not going to be successful, then you need to find other means of, keeping yourself above the waters in this world. So I told him, you need to do both. You need to have education. Education is the number one goal, and writing your passion. So if you can excel in both, that is great. Or even if you can excel in writing, that is great. But remember, there are a lot of competition out there, and a lot of, people write better than you. So first what you need to do is you need to focus on academics, and then you should focus on your writing. And if you become a successful author, that will be great. So that's what I keep telling him. That's what I keep encouraging him. That's what he's doing. He's doing his homework first, and then he's writing his book.
Well, I see it now how he learned to prioritize his work. So, great. Seeing this final book, Murli, I'm sure it wasn't easy, not a joke. It takes intense planning, timelines to get this out. So, would you like to share what went through before you saw the book come to the light?
To be honest with you, I never thought he's going to write a book. He's going to finish it. So I just told him, yes, I will publish it. And after 2 years, one day he said he's done. I was like, oh, really? Then he came and asked me, when are you going to publish it, That's when I don't know. Till that point, I don't have any clue or anything except one of my friend, David Pose. He's just a graphic designer. He said he will illustrate. I have no idea, no clue. Then when I started exploring how to publish this book, and it's really expensive for editing and, putting together the book. And then I just sat in a corner and thought about it, and I said, okay, I'm willing to spend this money on him. Doesn't matter whether the book is going to be success or not. At least we have an accomplishment for him. And my friend David Pose also did the same thing. And he said he's not going to charge me anything, and he said he will do his best. So every graphic details of that book, whatever he has put in heart and soul. And he loves my son too. He knows he's seen him, and he wants to encourage the kid. I started digging into it. It is very expensive to self-publish a book and, self-market it. But I just took it as a challenge and to encourage him because he did what he promised me. He said he will write a book, and he promised it, and he made it as a series. That is the biggest surprise for me. I never thought he's going to make it as a series. I thought it's one book, and he surprised me. And I did it, and I'm glad I did it because, and once the book is released and the comments I hear from all the people who read it, it's really amazing. I feel like I did something good for my son.
Wow. So I'm sure you're a very proud dad today.
Yes, very good. He's doing good. He's working hard, and he's a model student, and he's doing everything right. I'm here to help him in whichever possible way for him to, just succeed in his life.
Wow. So Murli, talent and parenting go together. In this change world, what do you think parents should look into to identify the talents of a kid?
Whatever. So you can see the passion in the kids, right? So if the kids keep repeatedly doing the same thing, anything, either it's playing cricket or playing, volleyball, soccer, writing a book, or doing anything, if they keep repeatedly, even you say no, they keep repeatedly doing it, definitely they have a passion for it. That is the first thing, and then they have a talent for it. If you see that, it's okay. Let them try to, take some risks in life for the parents too. So it's not only the academics. Take a risk and see. And we spend a lot of money on many things. So if you see a talent in your kid, it's okay. You spend it. You borrow it. You spend it. Do whatever it takes. If it becomes really successful, it is helpful. And everybody goes through experiences, and experiences teaches something. And if that experience with dad and your son, and if he grows up and he understands everything what you are doing, and he goes through the same experience what you're going through when you are trying to do something, so he becomes a better person and better citizen in the future.
Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense to me. Murli, I understand one of our NRI Samay team member interacted with you at an event where you had a booth and you were showing the book to people out there. As a dad, your experiences would definitely say a story. So what did people say about the book?
So mostly when I say that this, first of all, when I say 11-year-old wrote this book, and I said, really? And then look at the book and the number of pages and the professional quality that is in, they really get amazed. So I'm really, really surprised by the support shown by all the people, especially the Indian community in U.S. They said, I need to encourage this kid, you should be blessed to have a kid like this, who's writing and who is so passionate. So it's really good. Even when I show it to one of the NRI Samay members over there, and he couldn't believe it. Really, are you here for your son all the way from San Diego to Los Angeles? And he looked at it and he was amazed, and and he has seen the response as well. And the best thing is, not only the people are encouraging it, after they read the book and buy the book and they read the book, they come and said, this is really a book. That is the most important thing. So if people like the book, the story, the content, and they're willing to buy the next one, that is the biggest thing. So that's what I discovered in this journey, that he created something all by himself without my help in writing, except publishing, that he created a story where all the kids, sometimes even the adults like the story, because so many people came and told me it's not a kid's story. Whoever likes the kids' imagination and fascination, they should be able to read this book. And one of the NRI Samay member also, he was like really impressed, and I really thank that person too.
This is wonderful to know. This is fantastic, actually, I must say. So finally, we are very curious to know. I'm sure everybody is very curious to know, where can we read the book from?
The book is available in Amazon, Barnes & Noble's, Nook, iPad, and Kindle, everywhere, both in electronic and hard copy version. Electronic version is cheaper, and hard copy version is a little expensive because that's the way the publisher wants it to be. If you guys have any kind of electronic notepads and iPads and anything, I strongly recommend to download one from iPad, Nook, or Kindle. And if you have a passion for hard books, you can just go and buy one from Amazon, and it's available even Barnes & Nobles and everywhere. Hindu.
Great to know that. And I'm sure I'm going to go and fetch a copy of it now. I'm very curious to read the book.
Oh, thank you so much, Hindu.
So, you're welcome, Murli. So congratulations once again, Murli, and hope to see Pranav writing more books in future.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity. Pranav.
Thank you so much. It's great.
Oh, Pranav, trust me, it was wonderful talking to you today. You're very inspiring.
Thank you so much.